what's up, guys? It's Roz, aka Elises, if you know me from the gaming universe. Anyway, welcome to the God Factory, guys. What I'm doing right now is I'm teaching the people in our alliance how to get millions of hero energy, and it also comes with experience points for your hero, and it also comes with some gold and stuff like that. It comes with many things, but mainly the reason why we're doing this is because we're making this monster alliance. As you can see, I'm level 5. That's me right there, and I'm a jumper, and I recommend people being jumpers if you're not going to spend a whole bunch. Even if you are going to spend, I recommend being a jumper so that you can, buy the things at a cheaper price. Your VIP and your hero, getting them leveled up will make everything cheaper. Anyway, that's not this video. We have other videos for that. Right now, what's happening is the Hydra is going on right now. So really, if you're a part of the alliance, what we should all be doing is attacking this Hydra. That's going to be hard if you don't have any energy, though. So basically, I'm like too lazy to play games like this anymore. I used to play them a lot manually, but now I mainly automate everything, or what I can automate. There's a lot of stuff going on here, so sometimes it has to be manipulated. But so right now, I'm going to show you just a little quick thing about how I automate the Hydra. It's going right now. So it's just going to go through these clicks, and it's going to automatically attack Hydra. This is my setup for attacking monsters and Hydra. So it'll always give me some extra energy. Yeah, I've been using my energy on this Hydra for this event. So I did have, like, I don't know, maybe I was stacking them up again for the next event. So I was around 70 or 80 of those little items in there, but I used them. I'm going to be stacking them up anyway in the way that I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So anyway, they're going to go down there, and then they're going to keep attacking. They're going to keep doing that over and over again, so long as I come back here and have... Actually, I don't have to come back here. As long as I'm in the game and it can access my messages here, it'll be able to do the automation. So what I do want to let you know is this works best if you're a jumper or a spender or something like that. A jumper, I'm sorry, a jumper or a spender or something like that. But it works for everyone. So all you're really doing, and I'm sure that you know or have heard of the build trick, the rebuild trick. I'm going to turn this off though, because I'm not doing that right now. I'm sure that you guys know what the build trick is, and that's basically taking one of your buildings, and generally it's done with either the academy or the barracks. And basically what you do is you just demolish it after you reach level 5, and then you level it up as far as you can free upgrade it, depending on what level you are. If you're level 5, it'll be up to level 5. And then you demolish it. And the reason why you do that is because if you come in here, you will see you get 500 hero XP and 220 power. You will lose the 220 power, but retain the 500 XP. So you can technically just sit back and level up your hero really high, and unlock all these skills so that your construction is as cheap as possible, your research is as cheap as possible, unlock the other research and everything like that. But that's what being a jumper is all about, is doing that kind of thing. But the reason why you want this power here, from the building power, the reason why you want that power is so that you can get your hero energy, and that comes from... I'm level 5 and I'm almost completed the Hydra event. I'm doing this video, but I will complete this before it's over. I have enough energy to do so. Even if I don't, all I have to do is come back in here and do a little bit more. So, I don't know how I did this. Oh, because I was trying to do the math for you guys. So I did do the math on which building you should be doing. So, and I was right. Anyway, so this is where you're going to be getting most of your hero energy. Really, all the events that you can do, I would recommend doing them. But the one you're going to focus on, especially with this auto clicker that I'm going to show you, is this. You're gonna focus here. And if you guys can't find the auto clicker, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. I'm going to see if I can find an APK for you guys, and I'm going to put it in the comments down there, and you guys can download the APK there. You might have to, like, factory restore your phone or a device or something like that, don't allow location tracking on it after you factory restore it. Then install the APK. If they need an address or something like that, just put like some sort of West Coast address in the United States, and it should be regional there. I think that the thing I use, which is the only one I really found that works really well, is automatic clicker. So then some people have told me that they can't find it in their region. So if you can't find it in your region, I recommend doing it in the way I just said. So anyway, you're going to get 2,000 hero energy for the first tier. So all that's really going to take for you to do is build and unbuild and then rebuild one of your buildings a few times to get 550 power. So that's all points. So you get 1 point per power. So 550 points. And then you got those 2,000. And then you get 4,000 here. And then you get 8,000 here. So those will stack up. They will all stack up. You got 10, 11,000 hero energy right there altogether. So these events happen very often. Like, I think the longest one of these, and what I'm talking about is the endless building, researching, training. So you can do any of those things to accomplish this, but the longest event is about 3 hours that I've seen in this category. It's about 3 hours. The shortest one is about an hour. So they have 1 hour, a 2 hour, and a 3 hour, I believe. I don't know if there's a 1 hour one anymore. I've seen a 1 hour one a while back, but I'm not sure if I have seen another 1 hour one here. That would be the mini events. So anyway, hypothetically speaking, see, what I like to do is I get on my computer, I download BlueStacks, and I which is an Android emulator. If you don't know what that is, there's other ones out there, Minmu or something, whatever it's called, or Mimu. I don't know that one. I don't use it. I do have it, but I don't use it because it doesn't allow me to get auto clicker on it. But what you'll have to do is like what I do is I put it on BlueStacks. I download Game of Kings, and then I get the auto clicker going so that I can use my phone. I can just put it on my computer and let the auto clickers work on there, so I can do other stuff with my phone. Right now I'm on my phone. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S9. Wait, no. This is a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Samsung 9 Note Galaxy. I don't know how to say it. All I know is there's Galaxy, there's a Note, there's a pen with it, and it's the number 9. And it's a big old screen. So now that we got that, so if you guys have this phone, it does work on this phone. It also works on my Samsung 3 Galaxy Amp Prime, which is a terrible, terrible, terrible phone. And if it works on that phone, I don't know why it shouldn't work on any other phone besides iOS. But if you don't have Android, get on Windows and then throw your iPhone out that window. No, I'm joking. Get on Windows and download BlueStacks or some sort of Android emulator that you can download these things on. And then what you do is set it up there, and then you would come to like right here. So what I'm gonna do is, so basically what I just told you was unbuild and rebuild, unbuild and rebuild, unbuild, rebuild. That's all you're doing. So I have a bunch of different settings here. So I'm gonna load. You know, it might lag a little bit since I am recording, so it might mess up in the video. But when I don't have any background processes going on and stuff, it's pretty smooth. If I have connection issues, it will mess up a little bit, but just make sure you have gold protection on, which is just warn me before I spend gold. Just have that on there so it doesn't mess up anything. And then deconstruct your warehouse or your storehouse, whatever the hell it's called on this game, the thing that stores your resources. Take that out of there so that you don't accidentally upgrade your stronghold to over level 5, because I am a jumper, and if you are a jumper, that's what you're not going to want to do, is accidentally upgrade your level 5. And we'll talk more about what a jumper is and why you would even want to do that later on, if you don't know what that means. It's arguably the most powerful strategy in the game, but we're going to move on. So I'm going to press play, and it's going to do exactly what you guys have to do to get all this energy every week. And if you have this going, you'll have millions of energy by the end of the week. So, I mean, and I get it. I do it all the time. So it's not like it's impossible. Let me turn this volume down. Yeah, so it's not like it's impossible to get this like to get those millions. A lot of people will talk crap in chat, and they'll do all the, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he doesn't do this, but I'm over here getting this stuff. So I mean, I don't care if people don't think I know what I'm talking about. I'm getting all this stuff. In the last event, I got like I came late and I got 145,000 gold. I still have the gold. I spent some of it, but I got like all this gold for free, just for being in this alliance, killing monsters and stuff. And if we could turn our alliance into something like that, we can get thousands and thousands and thousands of gold, tens of thousands of gold every day. And you can also get, like people were telling me, since I was late, I was all happy about my 145,000 gold. I'm like, 145,000 gold, shit, in like 2-3 hours, dog, man, hell yeah. These people were like, hey man, is that it? Is that it? Because they were there the whole time. I came late. So they came in, they were like, yeah man, I got 800,000. I'm like, what the hell? 800,000 gold? Shit, it sucks that I was late. But if we could turn our alliance into something like that, we'll be getting a lot of gold on these events, and we'll be getting a lot of gold all throughout the week. My goal is to get us all up to really like daily 10 kills. But right now, since we are still learning and stuff like that, we're going to be just having like 1 or 2, maybe 3 monster kills per day, just to, you know, get everybody to learn how to use it effectively. And I'll show you guys how to set up your monster killing in the next video. So as you guys can see, the auto clicker has been doing that while I've been talking to you guys. And before I get off here, I usually just cancel that, because once I get back in, I need it to be starting it back out with nothing there, so it can start the full build process over. Because it is a bot, it doesn't know how to think. It just does what you tell it to do. So so what you guys are gonna have to just always focus on is just endless building. Like, that's the main one. You just stack these up all the time, and if you have your computer just running non-stop, pretty much, all you need to do is just make sure you have resources. So if you have resources, which is very easy, and I can show you guys how to get resources. I don't recommend spending your inbox resources over here. I mean, because I'll steal resources. I'll use this auto clicker, find a dead base, or set up some farms or something like that. And then I have an attack set up here. I'm not going to attack anybody right now, but there's an attack set up that allows me to, let me see, GOG fast build, GOG build, attack. Okay, wait. Is this attack for GOG? No, this looks like Warhammer. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is the Warhammer. That's another dope game. It's just like this, except for it's way more beautiful. Those bastards, they saw my videos on here, and they kind of made it so jumpers don't work on that game. But fuck them, who cares? I still play it a little bit, but they pissed me off. The developers, they banned me from the Discord, and they silenced me in the chat because I was telling too much about their game. Anyway, so yeah, this is the attack one. So basically, I would use this attack setup. I would just press play. It's not going to attack anybody. I don't have anybody to attack. I just have the Hydra. It's going to go to my mail. It's going to go to my battle. My battles. It's going to go to the coordinates of the last battle that I had, and it's going to click the last battle. But there's people there, so you know this isn't for the Hydra. This is a different setup. But that's generally exactly what it's going to do. It's just going to go and repeat the battles that I did already. So if I scout a whole bunch of people, it'll go to those scout reports and battle that person the way I have it set up here. And then I'll go to sleep at night, and then I'll wake up to millions of resources. There is a video on how to do that, but it's on Warhammer, the game that I was talking about, Warhammer Chaos and Conquest. It's the exact same thing though. The button placement is different. It's just, you know, all you got to do is go to attack somebody, but while you're going to attack somebody, so if I'm going to go to attack somebody for my reports, first of all, I know I'm going to have to go to my mail. So what I do is I press 1, I add a dot, and I put it on 1, and then I go in there. And then I'll say, all right, I need to go to my battle mail if I want to see who attacked me or who I need to attack. Sorry, got to get off this thing. Come on, battle mail. So I'll put number 2 on battle mail. I'll click battle mail manually. Then I'll come in here, and depending on who I want to attack, if I want to attack 20, well, let's me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically you can attack up to 9 monsters from your mail, or 9 enemy bases from your mail. So all you have to do is go attack each one of those monsters first, boom, 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 and then move your 3 all the way down here. And then it'll go to the first battle that you did out of the 9, and then it'll refresh, and it'll pop down, boop, and it'll boop, 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 and it'll keep going down until it goes back to the beginning one again. So it'll keep on shooting this list down, and it'll attack each monster one after another. And luckily, at 9 kills or 9 monsters, your streak stays active, so you don't lose your streak. So when you wake up to 9 monster kills. That's cool. I mean, it's not like a whole bunch, but if we all do it and we have 100 people in here, that's 900 gifts that we wake up to every morning. But that's when we get 100 people. Aside from that, during the daytime, there's an even faster one where you focus on 1 monster each, and you go to it, and you just bring 3 up here, and you go to the last report. And hopefully you're close to it, and what you would have to do is you get all these focused up onto the right point. So we go to 3, and we get 4 onto the coordinates up here, and then we click the coordinates, and then we come down and bring 5 to click the coordinates themselves. And then in the battle, or wherever we're at, if you're in a battle, you would just do exactly how you do the battle. But if you're doing a monster battle, what you need to do is, if you're going to be automating, is you're going to have to put number 6 on this add energy part, because you'll run out of energy. And then you'll have to bring it up to whichever one that you have the most of. I put mine on 7. I don't usually use this one until I'm out of 7. So you put this here, you give it a double click. So basically make it repeat 1 time. You repeat once, because it needs to give you at least 2, because at this stage I have it takes 2,700 or something like that energy to use to hit. So if I only add 2,000 each time, just 1 time, then eventually I'm going to come to a point where I only have 2,000 energy, and I'm not going to be able to make that hit, and my auto clicker is going to stop because it's going to be confused. So what I have to do is always give myself 2. But if I go 2, 1, 2, what I have to do is I also add an 8 onto cancel. So if that pops up and it says, hey, you can't get any more, are you sure? Then I'll just put cancel every time, and I cancel it. So once I cancel it, then that's done, and I need to get out of here and go back to the battle page. So I'll put a 9 on the back button, and then I'll come down here. And like I'm saying, you're just playing the game how you play it 1 time and setting up your auto clicker in those positions, and then you're going for it. And then once that happens, boom. First, before you send your march out, though, always check and see what the time of your march is going to be. And it was around 5 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that. So what you would have to do to get this auto clicker to be right is you have to put an end delay or a beginning delay. So you put a beginning delay on number 1, or you put an end delay on your last spot. So what I would need to do is I would need to do 5 minutes and 20 seconds plus 5 minutes and 20 seconds, which is just 10 minutes and 40 seconds. And since my auto clicker has a delay on each one of the points for about 0.79 seconds, I can just say, all right, so instead of 10 minutes and 40 seconds, I'll just do 10 minutes and 38 seconds, because I still have a little bit of a buffer in between. Just because I like to just cut as many seconds off of the timing as possible. But you guys do it safe. I recommend doing it safe till you get really comfortable with this. So basically the march speed there times 2 is what you need to set your end delay to, because you need to give them time to go there and a time to come back. And then once that happens, you'll be asleep, and then they'll just start the auto clicking at that time, and then he'll be in your base and he'll send off another march. Now, this does pose a problem in a sense to where people can see you killing monsters, and then you getting all these monsters weakened down, and then they see your 1% monster, but it's going to take you another 30 minutes to come back to that monster because your auto clicker's going through all your monsters. So yeah, you might lose some kills in the night, but you're going to get some kills too. There's a lot of people sleeping at that time anyway, so don't worry about it. You probably won't even notice it. So that's how we're going to be using our energy and stuff like that. But the way we gain it, I just come right back to it. All you do is do the rebuild and unbuild, rebuild, unbuild, rebuild, unbuild. And we'll get into jumpers and stuff like that later. I think on this game it's the same way, but as you get higher and higher, the events get a little harder, to my understanding. So being lower level, it's really beneficial. And also, I'll just point out a few of these other things that you're going to want to be stacking up. So you'll get speed ups, duh. But if you're a jumper, just stack them up. Don't use them. Don't use them for anything important. I mean, only use them for important stuff. You get a few resources, whatever. Then we have some gold. Just let the gold stack up. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. It really isn't. But it eventually stacks up, you know, in your box here. And I'll just collect it. I start at 131,000. And this just came from a little bit of like a couple hours of doing a couple of those events on automatic. I don't do it manually. I just really can't because I have automation. So I went up a few thousand gold from doing those events. So now what I really want to also reiterate is don't use your buildings up here unless you're trying to hurry up and go fast with the power and get the event quickly. Otherwise, just use your farms. I've already done the math. I'll show you guys what it takes. So let me see, where is this? So I'm sorry, my handwriting sucks, but you guys can read it. So your farm only requires a total of 1,888 resources of a single resource, of 3 types of resources. So 1,888 types of resources per 685 hero experience. Your academy requires 11,185 resources for 685 resources. So that right off the bat is not going to be a very good exchange. So, but you do get more power, but you lose the power though. So don't worry about that. Just use your farm. Use 1,888. So what we could do is do the math. 1,888. 1,888 divided by 685. Oh wait, I did that wrong. 685 divided by 1,888. Is it 1,888? Oh shoot. Okay, so wow, yeah, it's a little bit lower than Warhammer. So, but it's still great. So what you would do is we take this number and let's say we had 1 million resources. So 1 million resources will get you 362,817 experience points for your hero. So that's pretty darn good because you're just sitting there with like a trickle experience going on. You're trickling experience into your hero. And I'm level 5. My hero is level 5. I have not bought, wait, no. I did buy a get your hero to level 21 pack. But the rest of this has all just been free upgrading and stuff. But yeah, you don't have to pay to get your hero leveled up. I just bought that because I'm addicted to like gaming and spending money on games. So that's just the only reason I did that. Anyway, I'll probably and I'm a spender. I spent lots of money on these kind of games. My power does not reflect my understanding of this game and my strategy. Well, it does reflect my strategy, but a lot of people can't see it, and they think that since I'm only 400,000 power, that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, it's going to be really hard for level 5 people to come out here and really be a big factor in monster killing alliances, I mean, between other monster killing alliances. But we can do what we can, and then as we grow, we'll be even better at it. And we can just go around killing level 1 monsters. You get a level 50 hero, you can kill a level 1 monster in 1 hit if you do it right. So what we do is basically what I just said. That's all it is. I tried to keep it short, but apparently I don't know how to do that. Anyway, I'll be making another video on the specific auto-clicking mechanism and how you can set it up and everything like that. You could always do this manually. It is a pain in the ass, but you know, you just have to be clicking here until you complete the event. You know, I used to do it all the time. It's not impossible, and there's still people out there that do it, And there's, you know, people that when they find this out, they don't do it anymore. But there's people that do it. They really do. I used to do it all the time. I used to sit on the bike, or what is it called? An elliptical, whatever that thing is. The bike that you sit on and do stuff in your house or at the gym. I sit on that thing and I would just do this event for hours and hours and hours and just do that. And then I would get all my stuff and it would be stacking up, but it'd be so exhausting. So I like to do it while I sleep now. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for checking out the video. I hope you guys are learning a little bit here, and I hope I didn't ramble too much for you. I hope I'm gonna be touching on some other things. Like I said, our gift level's low. We're brand new. We just started the alliance. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we want to turn this into a gift pumping alliance. These gifts are really effective at helping us all get more powerful, and if we can get a lot of level 1 gifts, it's still better than nothing, you know. One more thing though, if you come over here, in these buildings, when you're trying to level them up and stuff, they require all 4 resources. They require your stone, wood, ore, and food, except for your silver. Now down here, each one of these resources requires all resources except for the resource that it produces. So what I recommend is building a whole bunch of these little things out here, these farms of, you build an equal amount of mines, logging camps, and quarries, except for you give yourself a little bit extra quarries than you have of the other ones, because you don't get, I don't think you get any stone out of these alliance quests. Oh, you do get a little bit. You don't get much though, because last time I used 36. I used 36 alliance quests, and I had like no stone. Alliance and daily quests. I was like, what is going on? I have like 1 million of everything else, but no stone. I had like 2,000 stone. I was like, what happened? What is that? But anyway, maybe it was that day. But then when you get your, you know, resource farms here, then you have 1 slot for your regular food farm. And the reason why you don't need any farms for your food, because you're never going to be able to produce enough food to feed your troops. It just ain't going to happen. And this is only really for jumpers. If this whole resource setup, you set up your resources however you want to on your big base. What I do recommend having, while you can feed them, you know, have some farms, but eventually your troop count is going to outrun your capacity to feed them. So I don't even really do farms. I just keep all my food inside of a resource item and just expect to never be able to produce what I need in this game anyway, and then that way it doesn't worry me much. So that's what it is, guys. Thank you so much. Have fun out there. Right now, we're down here doing this Hydra, but by the time this video is uploaded, I'm pretty sure the Hydra will be done, because it's going to take a while to upload this long video I tried to make short as I continue to talk. Bye-bye.